going on, party people? This your man Griff. Yeah, I got it today. Got my Fritter. Got me some Wawa coffee. Yeah, so Fritter Friday. I'm gonna just do a quick pre-recorded video here. I might be able to hop on live later today, but right now my schedule's pretty full. I got a lot of little things to do. Business related, non-business related, and I was just sitting here thinking about some stuff and said, let me just hop on and just chop it up with y'all real quick. Thanks again as always for liking, sharing, subscribing. Thank you for the super chats when I'm live. Thank you for the super thanks on the videos after they've been aired. Little heart button with a $sign. Thank you for your donations there. Greatly appreciated. Man, this business can be a trip sometime, and people in the business can be a trip. Recently I've been getting emails from trainers and signing company owners talking about how to get more work from title companies. A little odd to me. Maybe I'm missing something. That's why I want to talk to y'all about it. And maybe y'all can clarify some stuff. So I understand it from trainers, sending out mass, marketing emails about getting more work from signing companies and trainers. But then I'm getting people who own signing companies are sending emails out about how to get more work from signing companies and title companies. So I'm a little confused because I thought the signing company, let's just say, Earl Jones Signing Company will want me to work with them. And why are you telling me how to get business from other people? But what I'm seeing is that it's tied to some kind of training course or some type of webinar that would be tied into some kind of training course or something. So it's not really, there's a catch. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. That's what I'm seeing. It's a catch. So the question becomes, it's like, okay, well, what am I going to say or do to get more business from these companies? And the issue is that most people right now in the business don't have enough experience because the companies want a higher level of experience. So I guess the question becomes, what can you teach me to say to give them confidence that they should pick me over the other 14, 15 people that came in and said the same thing that you taught them who was on the Zoom call with me? I'm looking at this from a practical standpoint because I'm trying to look at this from the notary standpoint as well as the signing company standpoint of selection. Before I took the person's course, you didn't want to pick me because you said I didn't have enough experience. My experience level hasn't changed from last Tuesday to this upcoming Tuesday. And over the weekend, between last Tuesday and this upcoming Tuesday, I took somebody's webinar, some kind of training, whether free or paid, to learn some kind of scripts to say to get you to select me. If the signing company, title company's criteria is this, how does the script bring me up to that level? How do I build confidence in them to say, okay, we'll now pick Griff because he came and said this script that we can clearly see he got from somebody. He's clearly saying something from somebody. Part of the reason why we know is because before he came in, there was a bunch of other people who said the same little catchphrases. So you got all these people saying the same thing. The question is, what is so different about you that will make them select you over the other people that came out here before you and even after you? So I'm trying to figure out, when the signing companies are saying, well, you need to have more experience, then somebody comes and said, take my training or come into my webinar so I can give you the secrets to getting more business. I'm like, okay, what can I say, or what would you teach me that would be the differentiator? And it might be. And this is how you have to go in there so you can make sure that you're getting the right thing. I'm not saying don't attend this stuff. I mean, you can attend it. I'm not going to attend it. At least I don't think so. I don't have to see no reason why I should. Maybe just for informational purposes only, just to get a better understanding. But if everybody is equal, you and the other 14, 15 people have no experience, but y'all all are saying, pick me, pick me, pick me. Why as a company, signing company, why would I pick you? Or a title company? The only differentiator between you and them will be price. That's when you start dropping your price to be more competitive, like Walmart. That's what Walmart has done and is still doing. So my question is, if I'm going to drop my price, then how does that effectively help me if I'm putting my price lower to get the business? But I thought I was supposed to be making the money. And then the question becomes, it's like, if you didn't want to pay me as this signing company or this title company, if you didn't want to select me before I came in with this script, this phrase or whatever, these tactics and techniques that's supposed to encourage you to select me, why all of a sudden they working before you didn't? Because I got the same level of experience, 10 signings. I got 10 signings or 0 signings. And now you're going to say, because you said this, I'm going to give you all this money. I don't know if businesses operate that way when selecting people to pay money out to for work rendered. I don't. And I'm just talking this through, thinking it through, because I'm just trying to figure out why all of a sudden there's this push for people to sit in webinars to learn how to get these companies to give you more work. The question is, do they have the work? Because by all accounts, everybody's been saying the real estate market is dead. There's no more refinances. There's no more purchase. There's no more sales. So go to estate planning, go to weeds marketing for CBD, go to estate planning, CBD shops, and and then just your regular general notary work. That's in Apostille. So everybody's running over to that. So I'm trying to figure out why people trying to have classes on how to get more business for its loan closings from signing companies and title companies. Now, there is work out there because you see I'm getting it, but it's somewhat confusing because some people have called and asked me like, yeah, I got that same email, Griff, and I'm trying to figure out, I thought, why they asking me and what are they going to teach me? I'm just trying to understand, because if the company didn't want to pick me before, why would they pick me now? And as a business owner, when people want to extract your time or your money out of your life, you need to ask these type of questions to make sure you're going to get the value out of it. Because time is money. Like, you want me to spend any amount of time sitting there listening to you, especially if there's some type of hook to it, that after I listen to you for free, okay, now pay me and hey, you see what I'm saying? Just tell me up front. Give me a free course and I'm going to offer you something for you to buy afterwards. Just tell me up front. But this is that marketing funnel. This is the thing. These are the tactics and techniques that they're doing on us to get more money out of us. But then when you go to the signing companies, they're going to tell you no for one or two reasons. One, we don't have the business. Two, you ain't got the skill set that we're looking for. Well, I want an opportunity, go somewhere else and get the opportunity. They're acting just like the corporate companies. We'd love to have you once you get experience. We'd love to bring you on board once you get experience. Well, where can I go to get experience? Don't know. That ain't our problem. But once you get it, let us know. Give us verified proof. And hey, we'll start throwing some work your way. Okay, you go out and get the experience. You come back to them. Yeah. Oh, man, you know what? We really don't have that much work. It's slow. We've lost 30% of our clientele, so we're real limited on what we can put out there and this, that. And as a matter of fact, we don't even have nothing in your state. So if you follow what I'm saying here, the first question to me is, who are these signing companies you're telling me that I can market to, and do they have any business? That's the thing. What is their workflow? Because if their workflow is, we have nothing at the beginning of the month, but we have a lot of work at the end, and you're not available at the end, then okay, that's a waste of time. Because I mean, if you got stuff that you have to do, especially if you're working a W-2 or just unavailable, say for the last 8 days of the month, and that's when they're the busiest, it don't work out. Same thing if it was flipped reverse. You're not available during the beginning of beginning of the month, because that's when they have all their stuff, but you're available at the end. You got to find companies who are available during the time that you are available. And then the question is, will you make the financial money goals that you set? So if you got a goal of $6,000, can you make that in those 8 days with these few people that you're doing business with? If you can, great. If you can't, then you're gonna have to figure something out. The reason why I'm talking about this is because people will send out emails, will say stuff, and suggest that we hop in all this training, because there's so much daggone training. It's constantly like, you can't go 2 days without hearing somebody saying, take my training. You really, really can't. Grabbing me some water. You can't go a whole week without somebody popping up saying, we got some more training for you. If you take this training, it's going to be the key. It's going to be the secret sauce. It's going to open up the doors for you. All of that. And then after you take the training, the doors are open. Then next week they're saying, hey, now take this training so we can open this next door up, so we can give you some more secret sauce, and we can give you something to dip in that secret sauce. And then a week after that, hey, we got a to-go plate for you for the secret sauce and the nuggets that we're going to give you. And some more doors are going to be open. And it's like, when am I going to have time to do all of this? When am I doing all of this? When am I taking action to do any of it? That's the question. And people are spending more time sort of stuck in the training mud and not getting any money into their pocket. Because at the end of the month, you got to look at, okay, at the end of the month, after 3 weeks of take my training, open this door, get some nuggets, get some secret sauce, how much money did I make? And you say, well, I was busy doing that. Okay, then fine. Now the next month, don't do any training, just work your business. Work your business, work what they told you, do it the way they told you. Now let's see how much revenue you got coming in. And then the people who do say, oh, I got all this money, now you got to evaluate what was their financial situation. Did they were they doing this full-time, part-time? Did they have somebody that was already covering the bills? Did they have a low barrier of, like for as a goal? Oh, I just want to make, maybe, $1,500. You see what I'm saying? You got to get the details behind them saying, oh, it worked for me. Okay, what did you do and how did it work? Did you already have some connections? Did somebody hook you up? By act, you just sort of fell into something, which is cool. But what is the situation? Are you in a more populated area than what I am? Because I might be in a more rural area and it can be harder. That's the thing. You have to find the details when people tell you, oh, I took this course and it helped me out and now I'm successful. What part of the course worked? What part of the course didn't work? Because I don't think every course is 100%, foolproof, that it's going to work for everybody, or all parts of it is going to work. That's what I mean to say, all parts of it. Because you go and take a college, get a college degree, and not all aspects of that college degree, all the different classes you took, you're going to ever even implement. So the question is, what part of the training actually worked? And did you have to modify it or tweak it to fit your situation? these are questions that you have to ask. And if you're not willing to ask, then okay, that's on you. But this is what you have to ask, starting with yourself and then with them making these claims. Because it could possibly work, but the situation has to be just right in order for it to work. And with so many people complaining about last minute orders, this, that, and the other, because here's the thing. Let's say the script and the methods that they share with you work, and you get in with these companies. One of the aspects that you are not going to be taught is how to deal with last minute closings. Which I got a video on how to deal with that. But they're not teaching you that. They're just teaching you how to get the opportunities. Okay, the opportunities come. And see, the thing is, the signing companies and the trainers, they can't control, and they have no control over, the flow of business with that establishment that you get connected with. They can't say they will never have last minute closings. They can't say they'll always have their closings and stuff booked 2 weeks ahead of time and give you the documents a week ahead of time. They have no control over that. So now you've gone out, got the opportunity, they selected you, and then when they come down and say, okay, call you today at 4 o'clock saying, hey, look, we got this last minute signing on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. We're gonna if you don't have an issue, can you swing by and pick up the documents? And you're like, what do you mean? And they're like, you ain't ready? No. Well, we need this done. You see what I'm saying? We need this now. If you're going out of town, that's different, But I would highly suggest that you let them know. But if you are in a situation where they're like, okay, cool. So that means what? And I will tell you this. You need to start asking them, do y'all have last minute closings? Do y'all have stuff that pops up at the last minute? Because if they do, then guess what? You need to be prepared for that. You need to ask them, do you do weekend closings? Late night closings, early morning closings. You need to find those things out so you can be better prepared. So then that way you'll know whether or not you even want to rock with them. And of course, with the signing companies, that ain't even something you need to ask because they come with it, whatever. And if you start asking questions like, well, I can't do no last minute, I can't do this, I can't do that, I need it 2 weeks ahead of time, they're not even gonna mess with you because they can't even control getting it 2 weeks ahead of time. So these are things that I'm sitting here racking my brain. I'm like, you really got to be careful when people tell you, oh, take this training and get the secrets and all this, that, and the other on how to get more work. Let's just say it does work. Again, you get more work, but 80% of that work is last minute, meaning you get notified 24 hours or less to get it done. And if you ain't ready for that, then I don't know how you're going to do this business. If you got little kids, your spouse ain't down with you, ain't willing to help you out, family, all of that, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle. And see, none of that is taken into account when people say, oh, take this course on how to get more business. The logistics of how you go about doing it is on you. But they're telling you, here's how you can get more business, and let's just say it worked. And now you say, man, this is third time. I'm saying it for a third time, getting it into your head. If it does work, the tactics and techniques they tell you, but you're not ready for the increase, wasting your time and money. They got their money, the trainer, whoever, but you still sitting here spinning your wheels, fussing and crying about the fact that you don't have enough notice to get these orders, to get prepared for these orders. You just can't do it in 2 hours. You just can't go and be ready to do a closing with 2 hour notice. That you just can't do it for whatever reason. But that's how this business works. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this. And I repeated things on purpose to drive home because sometimes people, they sort of hear things and sometimes they listen to it on 2x speed and all of that. And I wanted y'all to hear it. So the question is, if I take somebody's training on how to get more business and get into good with signing companies and title companies, am I prepared for the increase that may come from that? Do I have my logistics together? Do I have enough paper? Do I have the printer? Do I have the toner? Do I have my stuff together? Do I have daycare set up? Do I have all of the logistics that is needed for me to do a closing? And they tell me 24 hours or less from the time that it needs to be done. They want it done at let's just say 2 o'clock on a Tuesday. They're letting you know at 4 o'clock on Monday. 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday, they're like, hey, or they tell you 8 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday, we got something at 2 o'clock, 6 hours from now. Oh man. Can you handle that? Are you prepared to handle that? Do you want to handle that? That's the question. So if you get an increase in business, great. I hope you can handle it. If you can't, you might need to find something else to do. All right. Give me your thoughts, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Peace.